Change habits. We all have quite a number of habits. Quite a lot about our life is a habit. Did you know that even how much money you make monthly is a habit? When you make more money, you will have to get used to it. So it's a habit. You know very well that your eating habits are a habit, which is what you are used to eat, how much you eat. If you work out, it's a habit. I used to work out 6 days a week for an hour every day. And then I got very busy. What an excuse. Well, I used to really enjoy to work out and I needed it. It was so very much in my system that I couldn't imagine not to work out. When I knew that I would go out in the evening, I worked out in the morning. And otherwise, I worked out in the evening, late afternoon or evening. And I have not worked out for almost 3 years. My God, it showed on my body and on my well-being. So I said, I have to get back to my workout routine. I was so used just to sit the whole day. I was looking forward to work out because I could remember how wonderful it feels to go jogging out into the fresh air or to work out with weights. But I got used to it to just sit, and in the evening to sit back. And through days I always had an excuse, and then it was too late. So to get back to work out, I have to force myself to work out for a few days, and then I will get back into the habit, and then it will be easy. And this is about everything. Your self-consciousness has also to do with habit. When you're not very self-conscious, when your self-esteem is very low, and you are always questioning yourself, you have to get into the habit to get a stronger self-esteem and to think higher about yourself. When you do it over and over again, you are telling yourself that you are a great person. It will get a habit. When you, at the beginning, you will have to force yourself to behave very self-assured. But the more often you do it, it will get a habit, and you will not be able to get back to appear awkward or not so self-assured. So, when there is, you might say, I would like to make more money. How could I get into the habit to make more money? It's in your thinking. You start with a positive self-talk. You are talking yourself into the habit, and you are visualizing to live that lifestyle which you would live when you make more money. And you get yourself used to it. You do it over and over and over again. You are telling yourself over and over, I'm doing fine financially. I can afford that. So, with habit, it's about repetition. So, as I said, you have habits which are very good, and there are habits which are not so good. And you will only want to change habits which are not good and which are holding you back to achieve in life what you want. There are some habits which are very difficult to change. It is the longer you have this habit and the deeper it is in your subconscious mind and in your cell information, which means in every single cell, the longer it will take to change it. There are some other habits which will be not so difficult to change. But surely you will have to force yourself at the beginning. You can help yourself with listening to subliminal recordings, which I do. I love subliminals. You can find subliminals on my website, successfullifechange.com. And for example, you can choose the subliminal to get a higher self-esteem. But the subliminal is supporting. You have to get active. I have found out that the subliminal does do quite a bit without that you get active, without that you even think of it. But when you are getting active into that direction of what habit you want to change, the faster it will be changed. It's actually that you do not change the habit, you are having another habit. Instead of having a very unhealthy eating habit, you change to a healthy eating habit. Let us talk about changing your eating habit. No matter if you're overweight or not, it's always good to choose natural foods, which means foods which are not industrially produced. Usually the industrial produced foods have ingredients which are not so good, which you would not want in your body. Part of the ingredient list is not to read. When an ingredient is, there are some ingredients which only have to be on the label when there is so and so much inside. Certain amount. When this amount is not reached, that ingredient must not be mentioned on the ingredient list. So you don't even know what is in. It is always better when you choose natural foods, which is vegetables, fruits, meat, fish, eggs, cheese, and choose naturally made cheese. Usually the quite a bit of the French cheese is. And look if you find organic foods. There's a big change. Yes, the organic food is more expensive, but it means really more healthy, that you feel better and that you stay healthy into high age. So at the beginning you will have to get used to the taste of the natural foods. The more often you eat natural foods, the better it will be, and I can assure you that after some time you cannot even smell the industrially produced food. For me, it stinks. So there's a big difference. So you can take supportive products, which are subliminals, of course also hypnosis. You can get them in the form of MP3s, download them and then listen to them. You have to listen to them at least once a day for at least 30 days, that they are effective. Because whatever you want to change in your subconscious mind, which is part of the cell information, you have to repeat it once a day, at least once a day, for at least 1 month. And some of the habits, which are very, very deep in your system, have to be repeated with effort and with help of subliminals longer. And you can change your life tremendously. So in my case, I used to be very shy. I was very overweight, and it's long ago, many years back. And I had to get used to what I'm talking about here. To eat different foods, healthier foods, more natural foods, to eat less. This is really painful. You should not eat too little portions, but to eat a little bit less. And after some time, after you got used to eating little less, you continue to eat little less. And I had to get used to workout many years back. And now I again have to get used to work out. And I had to change the habit of being shy into being outgoing. So I've changed myself. I'm still on the way to change some more about myself. You too can. Sit down, think about what you want to change about yourself, and then think about with what you will start. Don't change everything at once. Take one aspect of your life and of yourself after the other, and start with changing one habit after the other. This was Dr. Krista Herzog from SuccessfulLifeChange.com. Thank you for watching.